And how do you think your board roles have made you a better head of marketing?
I think having that holistic view of an organisation and really seeing from the finance, from the risk and governance. And I think that's one of the elements that I would say is, don't underestimate the accountability from a governance point of view when going into a board position, because the governance side is critical now, and it does take a lot of time to ensure that from risk, legal, compliance, all those dimensions are measured. But I think it does give you that full view of the organisation and the complexity, and also then that dynamic between setting the strategy and agreeing it and executing it. So having that dimension of the role of the executive team to execute and deliver the strategy, but the role of the board to ensure that the strategic framework is the right one and the direction is there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you've done GARCD course, as have I, and that was a real eye-opener. I haven't taken any board roles, but just the exposure and the liability that you have on a board is quite huge, in understanding what that risk is, and the fact that it is all around that governance and making sure nothing goes wrong. And if things do and you haven't done your job as a board, then there's some quite large penalties and even prison time if it's worst case scenario. So you need to take some of these roles very seriously, don't you?
Yes, and I think now even more so then making sure that you've got the time, and that's certainly been one of the challenges for myself now in a much bigger and a global context executive role, is you really do have to make sure you've got the time to do the work required. And I think originally some of the industry boards, it really was the board meeting, and so the preparation. But as you move into more complex board roles, you will be on a number of subcommittees as well as the board, and so that's really trebling the time commitment and the level of detail you need to be across. So I think also for anyone thinking of it, make sure you really got the time and the commitment to do it to the fullest extent.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you think the boards have gained by having a CMO on the board?
I can only talk to my experience, but actually having that external point of view. Certainly been a number of occasions where I've been in board meetings and we're well into the meeting and we're still very much internally focused. So saying, well, where's the client point of view in this discussion? Where's the market point of view? So I think having the CMO as part of the skills matrix and the evaluation does enable a board to check between the internal components that have to be addressed, the crew, the culture, but then also looking at, are we as connected to the market and our customers as we need to be as a board?
Yeah, huge value. And any other advice for CMOs considering taking a board role?
Well, I think for my journey, it's making sure that, I said, you've got the time. Have you got the passion for the organisation, its vision, what it's trying to achieve? And then also making sure the culture fit is right for you. And the culture fit as a director is just as much as it is for an executive team member. So is the culture of the organisation, the other directors, because you come in contact with each other maybe only a few hours a month. So but you're having to form such strong connections in terms of guiding an organisation. So I think really do the culture due diligence as much as the strategic components.
You've been listening to Lean Mean Marketing Teams with Ty Hayes. If you love the show, please remember to hit subscribe so that you can discover more tips and strategies to build a high-performance marketing team. And if you're feeling generous, please tell someone about the show who you think would benefit. We're on a mission to help CMOs build their dream team and enable marketers to do their best work. And we appreciate your help in spreading the word.